If you were to ask me to imagine a big pink elephant sitting in my fridge, snorting cocaine and singing Waltzing Matilda, I might be able to get as far as singing Waltzing Matilda, but the rest of the images I have to work on. I remember when I began to learn NLP for the first time, and the guy on the audio was telling me, close your eyes and imagine the following scene. I closed my eyes and I could see nothing. If I was to go to a psychologist, perhaps they'd tell me that I have aphantasia, which is literally I'm blind in the mind. For sure, I am the guy that when I go on holidays and you ask me where I was, I can't really remember. If you ask me what did the apartment look like or what did the complex look like, I can't really remember. I'm the guy that goes down and watches a movie and you ask me what was the movie about, I can't really remember. The reality is that visual memory for me is something that I have to do consciously. But a lot of psychologists will say that that's a capacity that a person doesn't have. The reality is that if you can remember what your partner's face looks like, or you can remember where you live, the colour of your front door, it means you have the capacity to do that. I used to be able to visualize things so clearly. I can now. I had a client only recently who said to me, she was entering into a competition, and she said to me, I just can't see myself winning this. And in NLP, we pay attention, close attention to what people say. And I said, can you imagine yourself doing this? And she closed her eyes and said, no, I don't see a thing. And she says, I've even picked out my bikini. It was a bodybuilding competition. So I said, and what color is it? She said, it's blue. Great. Okay, so can you remember a time when you've been at a competition and not competing and you saw those people walking across the stage? And she looked at me and says, yeah, well, kind of. When you see the people across the stage and you hear the sound of the applause, can you see one of them perhaps wearing a blue bikini? Yes, I can kind of visualize it. Perfect, that's really good. Could you imagine for a second literally taking the place of that lady in the blue bikini? Kind of, yeah. So go ahead and do it, but imagine you're actually wearing your own blue bikini and look down on your feet and see what you're actually wearing. And as she began to do that, I could see her whole demeanor beginning to change. And from there, I was able to build and make the picture bigger, brighter, bolder. The reality is, not everybody captures a thought so easily. I'm going to invite you to do a simple little process. I'm going to ask you, if you could just close your eyes for a moment and recall, remember, think about, or bring to mind a scene that is from your past, your recent past, perhaps a pleasant experience. Say it could be even at the beach if you want. Now, when you're there, inside your mind, notice how you present it or represent it to your mind. It may be through sound. You might just hear the sound of the waves lapping against the shore. You might hear children calling or playing around you, perhaps a dog barking. Whatever is there, just let be whatever is there. But as you do so, tune in to one of the sounds. Then try to bring to mind a picture, an image, not necessarily what is there, but what you think could be there. So, you know what a wave looks like from your memory. Perhaps bring that in. Notice, is it color or is it black and white? Is it moving? Is it still? Is there a frame around it? Is it frameless? Just notice whatever happens when you do that. Begin to play around with this, because the thing that worked for that girl was that when we focused in on one part, just a small little piece, the color, to the image of the bikini, to the image of herself. Sometimes there's a lever that you need. These are called submodalities. So, how about beginning to explore that? And if you like the idea, why not join us on our upcoming course? We'll teach you exactly how to do that.